Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to episode 7 of Fresh Towels, here with our regular co-host for second episode. Another chance at greatness. DJ PJ is here today. Also here in studio is the one and only Large Mike.
Wow.
He was medium-sized Mike, and he went to Large Mike, then Big Mike, then back to Large. After his skiing adventures, he's back to just Large Mike.
I'll take it. Anything that makes it seem like it's not as big, I'll take it.
What happened when he was skiing? How did he get upgraded or downgraded?
He survived it. We talked about it last episode. He went on a ski trip and didn't injure himself. No big falls, which
That's
I think
a
is
big dub.
Yeah, it was
I think
good.
that's an accomplishment. I think if you can go on a ski trip and not get injured.
My
that's good.
neck's a little sore still, but just a little bit.
You have to walk away with at least a tweak.
Yeah.
That's why they have the spas there.
Did I tell you what happened since our last episode?
No.
So, and then we can move on from this. But we were all there. My girlfriend's brother was there with his girlfriend, who is an experienced skier. Last day on the slopes, which was just a couple days ago. Big tumble, tore ACL, broke tibula.
Big
Have
tumble.
Have to have surgery.
That was from the experienced skier?
Very experienced skier.
That's hashtag being cocky with it.
No, I think it was hashtag skip the last run. When you're like, one
it's
more.
too dark. Yeah, too dark, or you're too tired.
It's just like the last one. Like, if you ever think, like, well, let's do one more, that's the one you don't do.
The experienced skiers either get too cocky, they're like, oh, I'm going to go down the back slopes at midnight, or they get hit by someone like me. Who's like going down to like 90 miles an hour, and then you just like tumble into them. Well, welcome, PJ. I thought of you this morning, as I always do, but I thought of you this morning because I was listening to that Robin song, Show Me Love.
Banger.
And I'm like, this song is so good. And it has so many different versions of it, even the Robin song. But I like the club version the best. But I was literally singing it in the shower. You got to show me love.
Oh, that one. Okay.
That's the club remix.
The house song.
Dun, dun, promises.
I had more than my share. Everyone just tuned out. You
But
have
it's such a
zero
good
listeners.
song. But it made me think that like there isn't songs like that anymore. No one's making music like that right now, is there?
Kind of poppy house,
Poppy
like deep.
house.
It's like deep pop house.
It's so good.
It is good. Not really. No, I mean like very vaguely. Maybe some of Dua Lipa's songs are like that, but not quite as housey.
Levitating gets me going a little bit.
Yeah, I was thinking more of like the more like EDM ones, like One Kiss and stuff like that. That's why.
Okay,
she's my
I'll put that
crush,
in the
but-
same genre. Dua Lipa is your crush, right? She's like has like a British
big.
French accent, sort of. But
Yeah, we don't
she's
know. She's got
kind of
got
Spanish.
I love it. I love
That's
it.
like right up your alley.
It's not down my alley.
Do you think she speaks other languages? That would put it over the top.
Yeah,
she definitely
no,
does.
That would be Boner Central. No,
She
she
ha-
speaks Albanian.
Oh, that's like a remix.
Yeah.
That's like Spanish with a twist. I actually have never think I've heard Albanian in my life.
Yeah?
I think my barber is Albanian.
I think it's more Slavic than you're thinking.
Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah, it's like Eastern European.
My barber, I think, is
Russian.
Albanian. Often confused for Russian, but I think he's Albanian.
It was really weird when I lived in Italy right after graduated college. I was like a glorified tour guide. I took around basically my job in like reality was taking around drunk college students and making sure they didn't like die in Italy.
Sunk.
You're okay.
It borders Kosovo, if that gives you any.
It borders Kosovo.
Kosovo, Macedonia.
I would not have been able to guess that.
Montenegro.
Well, you took people around on your, but that's downgrading what you did. What you did, I think, was actually pretty smart. Like you graduated and you worked for a college tour company.
Yes.
So that like continued
There's
your
a
college
segue
experience.
into this, by the way. But yeah, it was college 2.0 where I took
But you
around
got
college.
paid instead of having
Kind
to
of,
pay.
Yeah, I mean they paid for all of our stuff and we had like a stipend and it was amazing. It was actually the best time of my life.
They didn't. That wasn't for school credit though. They were just kids who wanted to go to Europe and
Those are
and tour
people that were
around.
studying abroad, and we had like a private company, and we made sure they didn't get lost in France or Greece, which sometimes they did, which was
You would be the
sometimes my
last
fault.
person- you would be the last person I would want to put responsible for not getting lost in another country. You got lost coming here today.
I know.
I said noon. You said okay, and then you hit me back and you go 12:30. I was like, what? And then
I can't help
you're
it.
taking
I'm on
kids.
Filipino time.
Is that a thing?
I get it. It is
But
in my
you
mind.
being responsible for like 20 19-year-olds in another country.
no bueno.
probably
wait,
wasn't
PJ,
good.
is Filipino time, is that a race thing or like a culture thing, or is that a time zone thing? Like, do you actually operate on Filipino time
actually,
zone?
it's 1 a.m. in the Philippines, so I gotta go to sleep.
So I'll be there in 11 hours.
I'll be there in 11 hours.
Knowing
yeah.
PJ though, that actually is kind of your thing. You do operate on true Filipino time. When
Yeah.
it's like 4:30 in the morning, you're playing FIFA like soccer, and
Yes.
everyone else is asleep.
Played yesterday. Yeah. No, I am on my own schedule, for better for worse. But back to where we were. Yeah, no, that was fun. I did once accidentally leave students on a Greek island. Which
How do you leave kids on a Greek island? Don't you have to do a head count? Isn't there a buddy system? Like that's like a Home Alone thing. You literally have to count to 10. You can't figure it out.
Yeah, no, it was probably our biggest oopsie.
How many kids did you leave?
We were in Corfu.
Corfu, yeah.
And but we were going to some other island. The thing is, there are like the cruise ships had specific times. So at 6 o'clock, like Michelle and Sarah weren't there, and I didn't know what to do. So I said, "We'll just go." And then they
That
ended
seems
up
like
taking
not
the next one.
If your only responsibility is to make sure Michelle and Sarah are there, that seems
Yeah.
like the wrong thing to do.
Yeah, they were not happy. They were
So
not happy.
you guys leave, and then what happened to them?
So we basically waited for them, and then they came on like the next boat. But they weren't too happy with us. That was my bad. I might have had a few ouzo shots before.
Or
so.
were they late, or did you leave early?
They were late.
Sounds like it's them problem.
Sounds like it was a them problem.
Jessica
was
and
a
Sarah
regular-
sound like their parents should have raised them better.
That was on a regular cruise, you just get left. But I feel like on a college abroad program, I think you feel like you have a safety net of a PJ to watch over you.
Oh my
Which
god!
little
I
did
need
they
my own
know.
safety net.
You needed someone to watch over you.
I need someone to watch over me.
How long did you do that? That was like a full year, right?
It was a year. Yeah, it was incredible. I got to go everywhere, and it was college 2.0 in Europe.
Did you live with the other? They're not counselors. I'm thinking about camp.
We did.
You guys lived all together?
We all lived together in like a 5-bedroom place in Florence.
Was it all dudes? Did you guys
I had a roommate, but in my room, like we
Like in
lived
college,
like
yeah.
me and you. Like me
What a
and you.
nightmare.
Yeah.
And so you lived in where?
In just like we lived in a 4-bedroom like flat
In what city though?
in Florence, Italy.
Okay, and
But
then
there
someone
was 5
lived.
of us, and I had a roomie, my friend Dan.
Was it all dudes? The 4 other people? Or was
There
it...
was one chick, there's CJ. She was like the one in charge somehow. Yeah.
Did you ever hook up with CJ?
I did not hook up with CJ. I didn't hook up with anyone from my inside the building.
You can't hook up with a roommate. That should be a rule.
Although I did hook up with someone on her bed when she was gone, and she was so mad at me.
How did she find out?
She found out.
How did she find out?
I don't think I made the bed correctly.
Oh, well, that doesn't... That sounds about right. Why did you hook up on her bed?
I think my roommate was in my room. Like how
Oh.
when we lived together, we had like a sock on the door like system.
Sock on the
'Cause
door
we were
system.
college roommates, so
That seems to always work.
yeah.
Was that real?
Sock on the door?
I always thought that was a rumor. Like,
Did
no,
you do the sock on the door?
No, never. No one ever did that.
Well, I mean, you're in the same room. I mean, if you're
I
trying
guess I
to...
never lived in a dorm, so I guess that's probably
Yeah.
did make sense.
Freshman year, we had I think there was a tie on the handle too, like a necktie. If you put a necktie on the handle, that meant
Yeah.
that there was something going on. Basically,
Sock on
anything.
the door as if you're jerking off.
Yeah, I have browsers up. Come back in 30 seconds.
We lived on a floor in college. Our wing was all dudes, but then the other wing was girls, but on the same floor.
Correct.
Which is just too tempting.
Yeah.
But I don't know if I don't remember if we had any cute girls on our floor that. Like you can't hook. It's bad that you shouldn't hook up with a neighbor. You shouldn't hook up with a roommate if you live in a big house. You shouldn't hook up with someone right down the road because if it doesn't go right, they're just too close. I
Yeah.
made that mistake once of when I lived in a townhouse my senior year. So like it was our
remember.
unit and then it was attached to another unit and the baseball guys we lived in the one I was at, but then in the next wall was like 2 sorority chicks and I was like, what could go wrong? But then that was a nightmare. Like we hooked up once and then it was.
Did you see her every day?
I saw her every
Oh
single
my
day.
God.
Who made it weird though? You or her? Did you stop
Oh.
talking to her, or did she stop talking to you?
It was kind of like mutual, just like
You both were dissatisfied with the
yeah, we were
products?
just like this was a mistake. This didn't work out.
Yeah.
But then she was right there for the whole year. And then when I had like a serious girlfriend, she's like, she had to look at me every single day.
Oh my goodness, torture.
That's not good.
I think in New York though it's okay, and you said not to, but in New York I think it's different because you don't see your neighbors ever. I think that's like the one exception.
But you've hooked up with roommates too.
Roommates, no.
That's not true. I know one you did.
Oh, well that was.
It has to count.
But that not what she was living there though.
That still counts.
I hooked up with someone.
He hooked up with a girl then she moved in with us. That still counts.
No.
What are you talking about? It's
does-
still the same awkwardness if you hooked up with her.
But
She agreed to come to live with us. So I mean,
I still think it's in the air. No.
Well, that means you can't hook up with anybody because there's a potential that they might live with you. The whole world is off limits.
anyone, that girl from the bar could be my roommate. You know.
Yeah.
Rent in New York's expensive.
And if anything, if they hook up with somebody after you live together, you should be credited more for that for waiting until they move out. I don't think you're giving them enough credit for the move out, move in, the move out slide in.
Well,
as
okay,
we call it in the streets.
but to put it in another way, if you hook up with the girl, then they should be off limits to be a roommate.
but like,
Why would you look to?
I think it depends on the maturity of the person.
Well, we're talking about too low maturity.
Yeah.
It's not
I'm
high.
proud of myself for being able to do that. To like, you wanted her to live with us, and we had a thing a few months before that, and it was like never awkward. We never hooked up while we were living together. Actually,
I guess-
no,
Did you
no, we did not.
Okay, but it was still in the air. No,
Yeah, it like it wasn't awkward for some reason.
I guess.
I guess if it was awkward, then she wouldn't have moved in.
I should put it this way: I would advise people not to hook up, not to have roommates with people that you've hooked up with, or to hook up with a roommate.
But we had roommates. Well, by the way, we lived in from like 2013 to 2019/20 when I moved out. We lived in a 5-bedroom place,
Right.
in the
On
East
2
Village.
floors.
On 2 floors, 2 living rooms. It was a hot mess in like the best and worst way.
And then sometimes when we were living together, we would have desperation to fill a room. Like I felt like it was like Hotels.com I was running.
Exactly.
You know, I was like running a youth hostel because
Yeah.
like people would come in and out, and like we were the only ones on the lease, so we had to fill these rooms, and then people would just come in and out and with like little responsibility. Like people would be like, "Oh yeah, by the way, I'm moving out in 3 weeks," and you're like, "Oh shit," and then we'd have to fill these rooms.
Yeah. It was a lot, but it was fun.
We had some fun roommates.
But I think, yeah, we did. We had a lot too. We had a lot of like just in that time period alone, like over 15 different people for sure.
Oh yeah, like we could easily field a football team with the amount of roommates that we had.
But 2 of our roommates, I think, were hooking up though.
What?
Not the one that I hooked up with before.
Yes, there was a French girl that we lived with
Yes, who I think
who might have had some casual encounters.
with another person and we'd always like see them on the couch. Like when you walk down, we're like, is that
happening?
Like we're like, what the hell's going on here?
Well, I have to say, there's 2 things that I noticed about you today that are just, we have to get this out. First of all, you're wearing a Fitbit, which you're not usually an accessory guy. When did you jump into the Fitbit? I want to know about that. And then second, I don't understand the glasses. Are they prescription? They're not prescription, are they?
They are. No, I'm not
Prove
that
it.
trendy. They are
Prove
real.
it.
Let me see it.
I can't see.
That's
Give
not
it to
proof. I like that. I can't see. Are you happy now?
Oh my God, dude. Yeah, they are prescription. But what made you go with these? Do I look good?
You
Do I
look
look
very
hot?
Jeffrey Dahmer in them.
How do
Yeah.
you think you look?
Probably same.
No, you don't. You look like you wear glasses, Peach.
Do I look that bad?
You definitely have like a. Yeah, no, this is weird. I don't even know how to describe it.
Is it bad?
Well, because I have a big head, so they're a little big for you.
These are big.
I think glasses could look good on you if they're just a little smaller.
I don't know, man.
You
I've
look
never
like a
been to
kid.
glasses.
You look like a kid, like a middle schooler, who's like trying to figure out his identity. And you're like, I'm gonna wear.
I've actually always
glasses.
felt like that.
Same.
that hasn't changed
I
much.
still feel the same way, actually.
There was a period of time where I felt like wearing glasses would be kind of cool.
Mm-hmm.
You know? I don't know. I've always had decent vision though.
You're lucky.
Can you see? I didn't realize that you actually had.
Are you
glasses?
serious? How long have I lived with you? You never saw me. I have had glasses since like senior year of high school when I was playing baseball.
Yeah, maybe I did. Maybe I did. Maybe I did.
Yeah.
But nothing like this. This is out of the ordinary.
Yeah, those are a little extra, but I felt like being extra today. Well, the truth is, I just woke up late. That's why I said 12:30 instead of 12.
How'd you wake up that late? That's the afternoon. What did you do last night?
I forgot to. I didn't have time to put on my contacts, so I put on my Dahmer style glasses.
They got to be expensive. Contacts.
Contacts, yeah, they kind of are, but they're
Plus,
great.
that's traumatizing. You gotta like take something in and out of your eyeball. I could see putting something on your eyeball. I could get used to that, but I don't know how you get them off.
The first few weeks / months when I was like 18, it was weird AF. It's like I'm touching my eye. This is weird, but
how do you get them out of your eyeball?
You pinch it.
I for the life of me, I can't even imagine that sequence of events.
Yeah.
Do they put instructions on the package of how to get a contact out of your eyeball?
I like did it with my doctor, the eye doctor, and the first time I was like, this is the weirdest
he
thing
or
ever.
she just squeezed your eyeball.
I think they might have done it the first time. Yeah.
That
It
just
is
seems
weird
like
when you mention it, but like
there's got to be a tool. Out of all the things that you should need in the world, I feel like we should develop a tool. Like there should be a stick that like grabs it or something. But it seems horrific for you to pinch your eyeball and grab a thing out. And then what is it like do you throw it away or do you save it?
I've done it thousands of times now, so I've gotten used to it. But yeah, it took some getting used to. I have disposable ones, so I just.
But some
flick
people
'em.
hold on to them.
Sometimes people have 1 to 2 week ones. I had those before.
Contacts are essentially like film glasses.
Yeah.
It's doing the same thing as this, but it magnifies on your eyeball.
Yeah.
That's pretty amazing technology.
It is amazing technology, and it's especially for me because the way that I party and the way that I lose things. For example, I was thinking of you because I had to show them my passport to get in here because I lost my driver's license in Vegas when we went to Vegas last month. So my point is, glasses are inconvenient for me.
Let me see your passport.
I would lose probably if contacts didn't exist. Oh, it's over there. It's in my thing.
I thought you
But I have
lost it again.
No, I definitely lost it again. I lost my ID. I don't know how I lost it because when we went to Vegas together, I went to go see you do shows. They ID everyone. They even ID'd Joe, who's like almost 50. So they kept checking for IDs, and I forgot to put it back in my pocket once, and I don't know where it went. So when I get to the airport, I'm like, oh my God, I forgot my ID. Can you help me out, please? Like, I'm so sorry. I have all my other things. Like, if your ID, this lady verbatim said it there, is your ID is the only thing you lost in Vegas, you did pretty well. Get on the flight. So
That's pretty good.
yeah, I thought it was pretty funny that she said that. But yeah, I haven't ordered a new one yet. I just keep forgetting.
We staying with you in Vegas was so funny
That was fun.
because I got flashbacks of living with you, and nothing has changed.
No.
Like literally nothing has changed. I got the room, and I'm like, this is gonna be fun. We're gonna have a good time. And then you went to bed one night. I came back. I was out still gambling. I come back into the room, and there's just like the bed was like bright red. I'm like, what the fuck happened in here? And you're like, I went to sleep and got tomato
Mike's like, well,
soup.
this guy is ill.
He was eating tomato soup in his bed in Vegas at like 4 o'clock in the morning and spilt it everywhere.
It's not the tomato soup that bothers me. It's the where did you get tomato soup that freaks me out.
He goes to like a cafeteria, gets tomato soup, eats it, and then I look inside the closet. There's just French fries in there, like just leftover French fries, unrefrigerated. It literally smelled like it smelled like you go into a restaurant after closing. It smelled horrific in there.
What's
bad.
your worst late night food experience by like ordering and like drunk trying to get food? What's the worst thing you've ever done?
Drunk trying to get food?
Like what's one thing you're least proud of?
Oh man. I got so smashed with you in Midtown, and I was running through the streets of Midtown.
Oh my God.
Looking for pizza.
How far did you have to go? It's Midtown, for Christ's sake.
Surprisingly far.
Surprisingly
I was
far.
running up and down the street.
I
looking for
have
pizza. That was pretty
seen
bad.
you like blacked out, insanely drunk, probably 4 times ever in the history of the time that I've known you, which is 17, almost 18 years. And you are like on another level, but it happens once every 3 or 4 years. You're overdue.
I am overdue for
You
one.
didn't quite get there, like at your bachelor party, so you're close, but not there. So I need something out of you in the next year.
I did pass out at my bachelor party. There's a funny picture of me sleeping by the pool, just like nodded out. I was out.
Not bad. 8 out of 10, but I need to see you at a 10.
But that time in Midtown when I was running, looking for pizza, and I was like talking to strangers, it was a little bit out of control.
Yeah. You were literally screaming at random people, "Where can I get pizza?" That you ran away from us.
But that's like
It's
the
like
worst
very
food you've
uncharacteristic
eaten?
of him.
The worst food I've eaten.
Like
late
here,
night.
so French fries in a closet, tomato
French
soup.
fries in the closet and tomato soup. That's
I
like
had-
standard issue for him.
This weekend, when I was at the Funny Bone, I ordered takeout delivery Chinese food. Got to the room at about 1 a.m. I'm blackout annihilate. I'm like just on the verge of blacking out drunk. Didn't have any utensils, so I took 2 wooden coffee stirrers, and I was like double poking food, which was despicable. And I woke up and there was rice everywhere, but I couldn't finish the food, which probably saved me. So not having utensils actually made me eat less, which was kind of great. But that was disgusting. I woke up purely disgusted with myself.
I will say,
I'm
now that
proud
I
of
think
you.
of it, there was when Uber Eats was popularized. I feel like I remember going out one night and having the option to order McDonald's to your house.
Mm-hmm.
I went overboard. And one night I was with our mutual friend John Kilmer, and him and I ordered like 450 chicken nuggets and
That's so good.
10 McChickens and double cheeseburger. Like it came in 2 huge bags.
Duffel bags?
Yeah, and we had one hotel room. There's 3 of us. I was like sleeping on the floor. My friend's sleeping on the couch, the bed, and we woke up the next day with just bags and wrappers everywhere of McDonald's, and I felt like crap. I mean,
Yeah.
McDonald's the next day never feels good. McDonald's when you wake up from a hangover is one of the best things ever. But when you wake up from drinking,
Late night McDonald's is aggressive.
it's aggressive.
Yeah.
I was like sweating out chicken nuggets for like 5 weeks.
How many did you get through? Like, what do you think was left?
Oh, I think
percentage-wise.
we didn't even put a dent in it. Like I think we ate like 40 or 50 nuggets, and there was like 100 left.
See, I have the problem where if it's in front of me, I'm gonna eat it,
Mm-hmm.
and that's my like. I'm super satisfied with a regular size meal, but if I get an app and a thing and there's that, I'm gonna eat everything in sight, and that's my problem.
The economy of
So-
chicken nuggets also makes it 0 sense. The economy of chicken nuggets at McDonald's, for example, and Burger King, all of these fast food places, the economy of chicken nuggets makes 0 sense. You order 6 chicken nuggets, it's like $4.99. You order 40 chicken nuggets, it's like $5. It makes no sense. It's like they're trying to get rid of the chicken nuggets.
Mm-hmm.
They make it so you can't afford not to get 40. Like right now, we could go across the street, you can get 40 chicken nuggets at McDonald's for like $10.
The beauty of New York, though, is that I feel like you don't need late night McDonald's because there's so many good options. Like I live right next to Artichoke Pizza and Halal Guys, which are both open till 5, so we don't really need McDonald's.
I guess that's true. Halal Guys is great. And then what's the story with the Fitbit? When did you start Fitbitting? Are you really tracking yourself? What are you
I
tracking?
am. It vibrates when you get 10,000 steps.
Is that the goal? What does 10,000 steps do? That's what
keeps
that's
you-
the healthy level?
Yeah. I'm trying to stay
I
informed.
feel like
if
10,000 steps is not that much.
It's not. I mean, ideally,
Is that what they suggest? Is that just to everyone in the country? They said 10,000 is
just like a really round, even number. But if
Well-
you can do at least 12,000, I think that's good.
10,000 steps in general equates to just under 5 miles.
that's
So
a
it's
lot.
actually quite a bit.
That is quite a bit.
Yeah,
That's
it's
more than I thought.
Decent amount.
So where were you at yesterday? What was your Fitbit total for
Oh, it was
yesterday?
good. I played basketball outside. I did almost 10,000 playing basketball.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
Average person gets 2,000 steps a day.
No
So-
way.
So 10
average person gets-
no way.
So
They only walk a
2,000?
mile?
Well, you can track your steps in your
2
phone
miles.
too.
2 miles is the average person in a day. But that's also, so 10,000 is actually a pretty solid goal. If you hit 10K, you're crushing.
Okay, I
Every
didn't
day.
realize that. I didn't realize that was that much.
In general, you can't really say it exactly because everyone's strides are different, pace, things like that. But Yeah, it's
My
around
mom
5
is
miles.
very hip to the Fitbit. She's Fitbitting.
hip
and
to the bit.
She's hit.
This is
hip
not
to
on
the
brand
bit.
for me, I guess, right?
That's not on brand.
So
for
like
you.
that's why you were a little bit thrown off by it.
Because you have to remember to
I
put
feel
it
like
on.
Fitbits are like responsible.
Those
people
aren't
things.
waterproof, no?
They are.
You can wear
Oh
them
my
in the
god!
shower?
I put it in the dryer and the washer yesterday. And the craziest part
Where's your-
was
where's
Put that in the dryer.
no, not the dryer, the washer, the washer. The best part was
He put it in the dryer because he had it in the wash.
Yeah, you have to wash it.
You gotta dry it.
Exactly. I had to dry off my Fitbit. It came out fine. I was with my friend and I'm like, holy shit, my Fitbit's there. I looked on it. It was completely fine. It was in my pocket of my jeans for some reason. And it
was with his
It's working
passport.
completely normal. It was with my passport, yeah.
That's incredible that it made it through. I was gonna say it has to be waterproof for you because you can't take. If you had to take that on and off every single day, there's zero chance that you
I would
wouldn't
go
lose
through
it.
like 6 of them a week, yeah.
The amount I've seen you buy no less than 100 pairs of mittens and hats and scarves. You lose winter gloves.
Things I lose most are the earmuffs.
The earmuffs.
I go through a solid like 20, 25 per winter.
Those guys that sell
They're
like
like $4
earmuffs on
and
the
I
side
sell
of
them
the
in
road.
Union Square.
He's
They
the
know
mark.
him by name.
He's the mark.
Like literally know
I keep
him by
him
name
in business.
for sure.
I used to be a mitten guy too. I'd lose my gloves, especially like pre-pandemic, just running around all night, spot to spot to spot in the winter. Gloves in the back pocket when you're on the train, whatever, and just gone. Put them down in the club, gone.
Mm-hmm.
But I finally bought a nice pair, and I've been.
They
able
need
to
like a
manage to
Bluetooth
keep
tracker on
them.
those things for me.
On what?
On like anything. I have like a tile on my wallet and on my keys.
That
So I need it for my earmuffs.
that's a good purchase for you.
It is a great purchase for me.
Then how'd you lose the license? Or you didn't lose a full wallet, you just lost
I
a
lost
license.
just my
You know what you
license.
should do is get a passport little like sleeve that's like doesn't make it any bigger, and then tuck a tile in one of those.
Well, that's what he does with the wallet, but
Yeah.
but
yeah,
the
but
whole
the
thing with
passport's different.
Passport I could
his
do, too.
license didn't. So the problem wasn't that you lost your wallet. You lost it. Someone said, "Let me see your ID." You took it, and then it never made it back into the wallet.
Yes,
That's incredible.
I know.
So, but most people have their wallet in their hand. Someone's like, "Here, let me see your ID." You pass over the ID, and then in your other hand is the wallet, goes right back into your pocket and out. So that
Yeah.
means you took the license out of your wallet, put the wallet back in your pants, handed over your license. He gives it back, and then you're just like,
My last memory of my driver's license is we were going to that club the last night we were in Vegas. I showed them my driver's license. The guy made a joke, and then I never saw it again.
"What do you make a joke about?"
I don't know. It's like, are you sure this is you or something? I'm like, ha ha ha. And I remember that. And then, yeah, then I was like packing, and then I just didn't see it in my wallet in the morning.
I had to take a shit at the nightclub,
Oh, nice.
which is never a good place to be.
You know,
That's
I don't
a
think that
bad
there's
place to
enough.
do that.
I don't think there's enough attention paid to the hangover cure in and around giant bar areas. Like, why is it not every hotel in Vegas has like an oxygen bar, a fucking what are those like
The IVs?
IV bars?
IVs.
There's some
They should
places.
be everywhere because the
saw one
amount
in
of
That's a
MGM.
business.
yeah, I mean they're around, but they like it just seems like enough people are getting that drunk to where you like if you had enough of them, people would be like, yeah, let me just hit an oxygen bar in the morning, and I'll be back. It feels like they're
Sign
just
me
not
up.
readily available or inexpensive. They should be cheap enough, like a drink, like two
It's-
shots.
Well,
gets you-
IV, that they have to
Do
like
those-
needle you in. They have to needle you for
Yeah,
that,
but
right?
you don't
I don't
have
want
to-
to do that.
You've never done it,
No,
dude. I went from
I can't needle myself.
well, no one's needling. You don't do it. Do you think that they're giving you a needle and saying good luck? Is that what you
don't
think
know,
those
but
places are?
I don't know.
Vegas, you never know.
Yeah, it's a good point.
But that
Is that a clean needle? I don't know.
The fact I'm like
I
I
think so.
queasy even thinking about it. When
So you-
people recreationally do like IVs to like
Yeah.
get hydrated,
Oh, yeah.
I am so queasy to the point where like I can't even think about
You just
it.
don't like you don't like getting shots.
I don't
or
like
anything?
needles, and the fact that people do it like recreationally just to like feel not hungover. I would rather
I wouldn't
feel
call that-
hungover than have go to a hospital.
I think that the drinking is the recreational part. The
They're recreationally IVing for
the
sure.
IV is the remedy. I've done it one time, and I'm here to tell you, I am not a remedy guy. Like I'm like whatever, fight through it, have a coffee, have a chicken sandwich, call it a day. I was so hungover, and I had a corporate the next morning, so I found the very first open IV place, got the IV. By the time I got back from the Uber to the venue, I was the freshest I've ever been in my life.
I couldn't be
Wait,
able
so
to do
those are actually effective?
They're 100%
it. How long do you have to
effective
sit there and drip the water in?
until it goes in you. It's not just water. It's like a saline, and you can add
Why don't you just have a Gatorade? Isn't it the same shit?
No, because one goes right to your bloodstream. The other one gets kind of absorbed, filled with sugar, and you piss most of it out. This goes right into your bloodstream. And I'm telling you, within seconds of it starting to drip, my body's like, I can feel it coming back to life.
I literally can't even handle it.
Now I'm sure the vitamins that you can add like stuff to it that's like, oh, get your
You get upsold at the IV drip.
yeah, you can get like vitamin C. You can get like
But you can't taste.
like they'll put.
You can't taste it.
You can. And
Stop.
that blew me away.
Stop. You could taste the IV drip in your body.
You can. It's like in the back of your throat. You're like, because that's the first thing I said. As soon as it hit, I go, oh my God, I can almost taste it. And the lady goes, yeah, it's weird, right?
That's weird. So
Yeah.
like, they can flavor it, and then it goes
like
in your
Gatorade,
arm.
like-
It's not taste like essence. It's not taste like your tongue. It's like you can just feel it in. It's like almost like you're smelling it and tasting, but it's not on your tongue. It's very strange.
I don't think I could do that.
No, man, you should. You should do it.
I
Let's
would do
do
it.
Let's do it. We'll film it.
I would do it.
But we
I
got
would
to get
pass
hammered.
out.
We got to get hammered. When's
I
the
lit-
next Moxie
Sign
show?
me up.
We'll do
Sign me up.
Moxie.
March 8th.
We'll get lit the next day or that night, and then the next morning we'll hit an IV.
Oh my God.
I
I think I
cannot
would
see you
pass
doing
out.
that.
I honestly think I would pass out. If I was that hungover and I had to get a needle put in me, I would definitely pass out. I've passed out in hospitals 6 times.
We got to get you drunk enough to where your hangover is so bad that you won't even notice.
I can help. I can help.
I
I've always wanted to do one.
All
They're
I'm
just-
saying is that if you ever get the chance, if you ever so hammered, you have to do it. Like out of necessity. Like I had work. I had thousands of dollars on the line if I didn't, because I was not going to make it. And I did it, and I was like, this is the greatest thing that ever happened.
I would have to be so hungover that I would not remember doing the needle.
Yeah. I was like on the verge of like.
Are they doctors in there? Who's doing?
Yeah, they're
who's
nurses.
injecting
They're all
you?
nurses. They're all they're all professionals. They're in scrubs. It's
And
like,
how long does the needle have to stay in you?
until it's done. You don't
How long is that?
feel it. 10 minutes?
Can't do it,
It's not a needle in you. It's just under your skin.
bro. I literally can't do it. Like I had to get the COVID vaccines, and I had to like bite
And
a
you
stick.
chose to do that, you fucking liberal.
I almost was. I barely got through the COVID vaccines. I do this thing when I get shots where I have to like have some rapport with the injector. So I'll go in like when I got the vaccines, I went in. I'm like, hey man, what's going on? Like what was? I'll talk to him for like 5 minutes so I feel comfortable with him.
Yeah.
And then I'll have to be deep into a conversation, and then he'll be able to do it, or she.
Well, talking to them helps you like stay distracted from what's going on.
I have to look away. They have to be talking to me. I'll wince. A teardrop will come out. I just really don't like it.
It's common. That's
When I was a kid, I had really bad allergies to the point where I had to get shots every week. And I'd have to get like 10, 12 shots a week
In your arm?
in my arm. And then to get tested once a year, they'd have to put tiny little shots
Dude.
under my skin to see what I was
Bro.
allergic to.
No.
And it was so bad, but I got used to it. But I still wince. I still like it does. I still go like, and I never.
It's not fun, dude. It sucks.
Who says?
No,
it's
it's the other
fun?
thing. Oh, I mean, some people just don't give a shit about it. I think needles suck a lot. The other thing that the needle replacement that they did as a kid, which I think is equally as horrific, when instead of drawing, how do you say
You want
that?
to try that again?
drawing.
Instead of drawing blood,
No. We're gonna get it
Drawing?
right. Nope.
drawing,
Why do you keep putting an emphasis on the R? Drawing.
drawing,
Like draw a
Drawing?
picture. It's the same thing.
drawing.
You
How
sound
do
like
you
you're
say it?
you're an ESL.
What do you do when you paint a picture or you use you make a picture with a pen? What is that?
Drawing.
Wow. That's
now?
Bro,
Now,
wait,
now I don't
what?
think I can say.
How
Now
do you
it's
say
throwing
it?
me off. Drawing. Drawing.
Okay, so instead of drawing,
Drawing.
bro, I can't say it. That's not even wrong. Drawing blood.
No, it's drawing.
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 Oh, it's
I got
okay.
it. Okay.
You're not good at it or saying it.
Okay. No. Here we go. When you're a kid, instead of drawing, I'm trying.
You had
is
it
that
right. You nailed it the first
I
time.
almost had to like try to stop talking.
Yeah.
Let me try it again. Instead of drawing blood.
Nice.
Is that good?
Nailed it.
Okay. When you're a kid, instead of drawing blood from your arm, they would do that little finger prick thing with the little machine. It looked like a tape measure, and
like
then
a
they'd stick in it.
Click, yeah.
Bro, I hated that so much.
Mm-hmm.
I hated that so much. I'd rather almost have a needle take the blood out then the sound it made when it clicks,
Oh yeah.
oh my God, and then your ass is on the crinkly paper. You know when you're
Why were your pants off?
what? Oh, I went always pants off.
Pants off is the way to go.
Pants off the Dr. Pallant. No, but when you're sitting, that was my doctor's name. When you're
Shout out to
when
him.
you can hear you're like sitting, your shirt off, it's cold, and you sit on that crinkly paper, and they want to take the blood out, bro. I would get flush out white, pale,
Yeah.
and then they hit you with that click, bro. It was traumatizing.
Yeah,
and
I
then
would
when
have
had to
rather.
get-
I would have rather been punched in the face, and I'm just like, take the blood from my nose.
and then you outgrow the clicker, and the first time I got blood drawn as in a like outside of the clicker, I was like 28
Through
here
the,
in New
the
York.
arm, right?
Through the arm.
Forearm.
And I told the guy, I'm like, I need to lay down when we do this. This was right here. It's in Gramercy. I was like, I have to lay down when we do this, and don't tell me when it's going to happen. Just talk to me about the Olympics. I think it was during that time. And he's talking to me about fucking gymnastics and shit. And then like the needle went in, and I'm trying to continue the conversation.
But like, do you get?
Couldn't do it.
Oh yeah, because you don't like get like the flu shot or anything like that.
No. Purely because of my fear of needles. I will risk the flu. I will sniffle,
Yeah,
cough, cough.
we talked about that. Yeah.
So the guy's going in. He goes, "Yeah, you watching the Olympics next year?" I'm like, "Yeah, I don't know. I'm really a fan of the." I couldn't get a sentence out as he was
You're
needling
falling
me.
asleep.
Yeah, and passed out. And then last year when I got blood drawn for my physical, I passed out on the table.
Actually,
Yeah,
like for how long?
just a couple seconds.
Really?
Yeah, they had to call. The nurse was taking blood out, and because the doctor leaves, they think
Were
their
you,
job
like,
is done.
So you're like super nervous when you're at the doctor.
Super nervous. I hate the whole time when he's talking about my weight and like life habits. The whole time, the only thing I'm thinking about is this motherfucker gonna have to take?
Have
blood
you ever
from me?
had surgery?
No.
Man, I had to have when I had my heart surgery. Where they go in through your crotch through the veins, bro. That's just the thought of it, because I was gonna be asleep the whole time. Like there was no way I was gonna know.
No.
But I was just like, this is insane. You know, some surgeries you're awake the whole time, like brain surgery.
Yeah, I don't.
They do
couldn't
not
do
put
it.
you to sleep because they have to like test your cognitive, like.
So how does that not feel terrible?
No idea.
I couldn't do it.
I don't
If
think
there-
those nerve endings in your
Some
brain.
of these surgeries, bro, I'd be like, just put me down, freeze me, bring me back when we don't have to. Just put me down.
Sir, it's a flu shot.
Yeah, I'm out.
Put me next to Walt Disney and Mickey Mantle. Put me in the cryo chamber.
Just keep my head frozen. I'll come back on different times. Because then there's all this different science about what you're supposed to do when you get a shot. Some people are like, yeah, depending on the shot you get, they're like, you have to eat. Make sure you eat before you get a shot. And then sometimes they're like, don't eat anything. Isn't that true? Before you go in for some procedures, they're like, don't eat
No,
anything.
I don't
for
think
a
there's
day.
anything with shots. I
If
think
it-
you're
only
thinking
if you're getting like
surgery.
blood drawn, then
Blood
like,
drawn,
you
they
might
say to eat or not eat. Right here, gum to your head. What are you supposed to
something
do?
in you. Put something in you.
You're supposed to eat or not
You're a little
eat.
lightheaded afterwards.
I would
Well,
say,
yeah, they start drawing last year when they started drawing the blood out.
Drawing.
They start taking the shit out, and I didn't eat anything, and then I passed out
You're
because not only did I have the crinkly table, I got my fear going on. I didn't eat anything. It's 8:30 in the
I'll
morning.
come with you next time.
Bro, I need that.
I'll be there for you.
I had Rhea come with me when I got the vaccine. She had to hold my hand. I
Oh my
swear to God,
goodness.
she held my hand like a child.
That's okay. I don't judge you.
I hate him so much.
she was telling everybody there. She's like, "Yeah, this is my brother." I don't
Yeah.
want people knowing I'm married to this loser.
It's my half step son brother.
It's
Typically,
probably-
blood tests you don't have to do anything different.
You don't have to
Only
do
if they
anything for-
specifically ask you. But typical blood test, you can eat and drink normally.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't. I now have to eat a lot because last time they had to fly in juice for me because they're like,
Yeah,
we get,
apple juice.
the nurse was by herself. She starts drawing it out and thinking I'm just a normal person, not knowing I got this condition. And then the last thing I remember before I passed out was she's calling the doctor in. She go, he went down, and then I'm like, out, bro, not good. But a lot of people have fear of needles. It's ironically, I think it's got to be in the top 5
It's
with
pretty
biggest fear is
common.
public speaking, which I have no problem with that. If they're like go on stage in front of 10,000 people, I'm like, let's go. But then they're like, let's get a flu shot. I'm like, forget about it. I'd rather have the cough, sniff, sniff.
Okay. Sold out theater, blood drawn on stage. Do you think you'd have an easier time doing it?
Pass out mid punchline.
But do you think you could get your blood drawn and on stage?
No.
You don't think it would make any helpful because you're in a
No,
comfort
absolutely
space?
not.
Okay.
Now, if the blood drawn situation could be done in my home, part of it, half of it is, at least half of it is the crinkly paper, fluorescent lights. I hate fluorescent
So it's just
lights.
it's the surroundings. It's not the needle. It's just the omnance, the
Why is there not-
ambience of the doctor's office.
How could there not be a luxury hospital at this point?
There are.
Bro,
You just don't
no.
have enough money.
No. I'm talking about one thing, maybe my life mission outside of comedy is to make enough money where there's like, I will create the first Ritz-Carlton hospital.
Buddy, you have no clue.
There's no way
they're
there's
everywhere.
Ritz-Carlton hospitals. I want to go to a place where they're like, it's a silver fucking platter service. They got no fluorescent lights. That would be my thing. Every hashtag that I would have on my social media for my luxury hotel would be hashtag no fluorescence. No fluorescent lights. People would be doing surgery and mood lighting. I like the hospital beds. It would look like a regular bed. It'd be luxury. Everything would be luxury. The food would be top class.
Who's paying for that?
You. I'm saying if you're later in life, right? You've worked your whole fucking life. Do you want to be in a regular hospital with fluorescent lights? Say you had millions of dollars socked away and you have to go through an operation. You're 82 years old. Wouldn't you pay 50 grand to be in a luxury, the Ritz-Carlton hospital?
I guess so, if I was like conscious.
Absolutely you would. Like if I had a choice to be at the Ritz-Carlton hospital at fucking Bellevue, I would go Ritz-Carlton hospital. I'd rather be in debt paying for the Ritz-Carlton hospital than be at a regular hospital.
You have your thing with hospitals, don't you?
I cannot stand it. I don't even think I could date a nurse because she would have to talk about the hospital.
I mean, they're not the nicest places. I'll give that to you. Yeah, I don't know. I've never been in a hospital for an extended period of time, thank God. So I don't have enough beef to hate it. But
you know what gets me about the hospital too, and I give a lot of credit to nurses who can be there, but there's something about the blasé nature of like people handling chronic illness all the time that makes me feel uncomfortable.
what do you mean?
Like the person at reception at a hospital at an emergency room, when you're in, you're like, yeah, I got a gunshot in my shoulder. She's like, fill out this form, sit down in the corner, and I'll call you when
Yeah.
you're ready. Like just to have no emotion because you see everything all the time
Yeah,
makes me feel uncomfortable.
yeah. No,
Like I
that's a very
would
good
want
point.
someone at the hospital who treats me like Rhea does, where I'd come in and be like, "There's a nail in my arm," and she would like freak out and be like, "Oh my God, are you okay? We have to handle this. You're gonna be fine." But everyone kind of circles around it.
No, I agree.
It doesn't
with
work
you.
like that at
People that
all.
work in medicine are so desensitized, to, like
So
weird
desensitized.
things, and like
Well, then you need to go to the Mediclinic City Hospital in Dubai, where they are
Talk to me.
multidisciplinary medical facility in the UAE. It's a VIP 12 deluxe suites. It has a separate entrance, private elevators, valet service. Patients and their families are offered unlimited access to an indoor swimming pool, sauna, jacuzzi, spa, and gym. The largest private healthcare organization in the Middle East. 6 state-of-the-art deluxe suites, 5 presidential suites, a royal suite, all designed and furnished to provide the highest level of comfort.
This is all great.
With private butlers to handle and tend to your every need.
I need a butler when I'm in
and
the
a
hospital.
delicious bespoke menu.
Bespoke menus, butlers. Talk to me about the suites. What are we looking at? Are we talking mood lighting? Does it look like a Ritz-Carlton? Or
It looks like a luxury hotel with a hospital
Could you
bed.
spin that? Let me see it.
Yeah, it looks like a.
That's what I need. Wow, how could
Is
there
your
not be one of
insurance
that in New
covering
York? Look at that. And even that's not that great. To
But
be
it's
honest with you,
still-
that doesn't look that great.
That is a
That's
hospital.
a 3-star hotel. It's still better than a hospital, but I'm talking about that should be luxury. That still looks like a 3-star hotel.
Well,
That's a Holiday Inn Express level. I'm talking about we need Ritz-Carlton. There's not even a fucking plant in there. How could they not have planters in these hotel rooms?
Well, because it's also a sterile medical facility.
I'm talking about
You can't have-
de-sterilize it a little bit, make it more luxury.
You can't have dirt. You can have dirt planners while you're having open heart surgery.
Says who?
Says medicine.
So make it a fake plant. I'm saying there's no excuse not to have real ambiance inside a hotel room. There's hospitals all around the world. You're telling me that they can't even put together 12 options where you could have a luxury experience, where I could have a chicken cordon bleu and get an operation?
you're a healthy guy though. Like why would you like?
Because I know that like part of the reason why that people start to go down a slippery slope when they have to stay in the hospital for a long time is the setting sucks. It shouldn't be like that. The setting should be equally as important as the care you get. I like really strongly believe that. If you sat in a hospital bed and you brought over like a beautiful steak and someone was treating to your every need as a human being, not like this guy needs more Tylenol, but like really cared for you in a way that they care for you at a luxury hotel, I think it would help people.
The problem is that it's already so expensive. Medical care is already so expensive that like all this extra cost would just be
But that's
who's
part
paying
of
for this.
That's
though?
part of the reason why I think it works.
Who's
you
going
get
to
a
pay
hospital
for the
bill.
steak?
Okay, check this out. You go in to get your fucking colon removed. They're gonna send you a bill for like $125,000.
Is that the only procedure you could have imagined as a colon removal?
Well, it happens. So.
That doesn't. You get your asshole taken out.
Is that not a thing? Appendix
I don't
removal.
think so. I'm sure people
If you're
have
getting your butt removed, you're going to be passed out anyway. So it doesn't
Maybe
matter.
appendix. I don't know. I don't like to go to the hospital.
colonectomy.
Colonectomy. You go in for a colonectomy, right? You get a bill for $125,000. Imagine if you came back and the bill was $147,000, but you had a beautiful steak and a butler and a lovely setting.
But if you're getting a steak with
Sign me up.
after a colon removal, that is not a doctor. You're going to Ruth's Chris for surgery.
All because you're really scared of needles.
No, this is about ambiance. This is about patient care. I would bet all these fucking people who go to school for all these years, they never get any training on how to treat people. There has to be a hospitality element of healthcare.
That I'm on board with you. It does feel a little cold sometimes.
It
'cause we're
absolutely is. These motherfuckers go to school for 10 years and they don't know how to talk to people. I feel like
because they're studying medicine, so they don't like pick up on the social aspect.
I feel like as someone who worked in luxury hospitality, there's no excuse why doctors, nurses, receptionists all should have some level of hospitality training on how to treat people. And I would even venture to say, even at the best hospitals in the country, I'm talking the Mass Generals, the shit you see here in New York, there's not even a hint of that.
Well, they can't.
But why can't you?
Because it's filled with crazies and homeless people that have no mental health.
That's why we
services.
filter all those people out at the luxury hotel.
So you just want an elitist hotel.
I want an elitist hotel.
Okay. You don't want everyone to
Hospital.
have it. You just want you to have it.
I think, but that's bullshit. That's a bullshit response to this because that's
But
like
you don't
saying,
want the crazy people there.
well,
and it's not.
yeah, it's a luxury experience. That's the same thing like
okay.
saying there shouldn't be Four Seasons hotels because homeless people can't stay there.
No. I'm saying no because there's not homeless people already at the Four Seasons to prevent it from being luxury. What I'm saying is the Mass Generals, all these standard they can't do that because they're filled to the brim with people covered in shit.
Yeah, give me a wing then. Give me a fucking wing. You guys can stay in the fucking fluorescent lights,
This is the
whatever.
fanciest thing I've ever heard you say.
This isn't even that fancy. This is regular patient care.
Ritz-Carlton.
We need a Ritz-Carlton
Hospital.
How could this is a revolutionary, this should be, how could this not be happening?
I mean, I think it's the first step in that would be to make sure that everybody has health care. And then we could go, okay, now let's luxuriate it for people who can or want to luxuriate it.
Fine. I feel like, but to
Fine.
that point, I feel like the standard of care from a human level, I'm talking about the ambiance, the food, how you're treated, that standard of care right now is so mediocre average that it surprises me that you don't have an option to have something better. That's what I'm saying.
It sounds like you need to when you build a house, when you eventually have the point where you have your own home and you can design it, make yourself a little medical suite in there that fits your luxurious needs.
It's got a point with it with
No
an
crinkly
IV.
paper in sight.
No crinkly paper.
A non-needle IV.
Ooh,
Non-needle-
vaporized IV.
Vaporized IV.
Vaporized V. Yeah, that's just fucking Gatorade. I just can't believe that it doesn't exist. We're in New York fucking city, dude. How could you not have a luxury hospital experience that you should be proud of? I'm not saying it's for everyone, but I think that there should be a way that you could upgrade your hospital stay experience. That's all I'm saying.
I'll give you credit. No one has ever brought up this idea to me, so it's certainly novel.
Okay, well, I'm just saying you've stayed at nice hotels,
Yeah.
and you know the way it makes you feel. Why shouldn't that feeling be associated with healthcare? And wouldn't it make it better? So much about healthcare, I think, and this is a comedian's perspective, is it's really mental. And I feel like you can have I feel like you can get on a negative mental spiral based on the aesthetic of these places. It's not set up for mental success. You're in a stinky fucking tile fluorescent room environment with people who don't give a shit, who don't know how to talk to people, and aren't providing any services for you mentally.
How do we change this?
I want to open up
Ritz-Carlton.
the Ritz-Carlton Hotel. I think that I should go to the Ritz-Carlton.
The hospital hospitality group? The hospitality
honestly,
group?
though, they outsource a lot of their training. That's like what they do. And I feel like they should have a division that goes into hospitals for sure. And beyond that, I think that there should be wings at these hospitals that allow for an upgraded experience that it would never be covered by insurance. But you know how many millionaires there are in the United States? You know how rich we are? That you go to like a nice hotel, a nice hospital, you don't have an option to go to the fucking luxury wing?
They do have that.
Where?
Probably every hotel, probably every hospital has private, upgraded, pay more money.
What are you talking? No, they don't.
You just don't have. You don't have access to that.
That's not true. You're talking about
that
some
level.
Illuminati like hospital area.
Yeah,
There isn't.
because the same thing exists when you get plastic surgery. There's upgraded places with recovery centers, all kinds of crazy shit that exists
That's outpatient stuff.
for the elite. Yeah, but you can get outpatient surgery.
Where's my invitation to the elitist hospital?
I think what you're really angry about here is that you haven't been invited in yet.
This doesn't exist. And I'm saying I definitely don't have the money to
course
stay
not.
in this thing. But if I did, it would be something to shoot for. People are like, oh, I want a Bugatti. I want a fucking this. I want a that. Don't you think that in your life you'd be like, I want to make enough money where one day I can be in the luxury hospital? And if any time that you need it in your life, wouldn't you want to make enough money that when you need it most, you have luxury around you?
For me, I would be more interested in the second thing you're talking about, the people they're actually being human beings to you. Like when you go there, like, oh, I just got hit by a car. They're like, fill out this form. I'm like, I need surgery. I'm going to die. Well, you're going to have to wait in line. If they were a little more personable, for me, that would be more important.
But that's still luxury. That's luxury. That's how you treat people, though. That's a component of luxury.
Here we go. You ready, Jig?
All the secretaries should be trained by comedians.
With hospitality backgrounds.
Here in New York City, the Mount Sinai Hospital's premium patient accommodations called 11 West offers a new dimension of luxury and relaxation.
Can I see a picture of it? Is it up to my standards?
I mean, it is, whether it's up to your standards or not, it is a luxury accommodation.
What's the food and bev?
Oh, well, let me read it to you.
I want mimosas.
Serenity, privacy, comfort, concierge staff meets individual guest needs for whatever they want. Highly skilled nurses to prevent blah, 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 blah.
How much are we talking a day?
That's going to be negotiated on the bill.
Well, I think
But they're showing luxury bath items, robes,
This is
table.
great. What's the name of it? 11 West?
11 West, Mount Sinai. It is
Where?
a private luxury wing of the hospital. Wherever Mount Sinai 11 West is.
But part of the problem, Jiggy, is if you have like a serious injury, you generally go to the closest place.
Well, that's why we need to roll this out.
1 Gustav L. Levy Place, New York, New York. It's actually not far from here.
Is there a picture of the rooms? I'd like to see it.
But they look like hospital rooms.
Well, that's part of the problem. Let me see.
It's a hospital. It's a slightly upgraded looking hospital room.
That's a bunch of bullshit.
But it's the service.
That's a courtyard
it's
Marriott.
the privacy.
That's what I'm saying.
That's a courtyard Marriott.
That looks like a
sure,
courtyard Marriott.
But every other hospital is a Motel 6 at best.
Sure.
So the difference
it is an upgrade.
Incredible. Yeah.
It's an upgrade, but it's still a bunch of bullshit. We're not even close to a St. Regis. I'm telling you, if you looked at a hospital room that looked like the St. Regis and you had an opportunity to put yourself or a loved one in that or just a regular bullshit hospital, you're saying that people, if they had some extra money, you wouldn't go for that?
I think so.
Your health is so important. Out of all the things that we tag luxury to, cars, vacations, extra homes, all the bullshit, jewelry, shit like that, we don't associate any type of luxury with healthcare?
I think, though, that there's a lot of people that do have in-home health care that can afford it. Other than, like, heavy surgeries, a lot of outpatient stuff.
That's
like,
true.
You can go to big, like, unless you're having, like, major, like, brain surgery. And at that point, like, I don't need the flowers. I don't need the plants in the room. I want my brain to go well.
Yeah.
But most other things, people are going to show up. They're going to come to your house and do the basic shit. You know, they come to they're even liquid up the IVs for hangovers. They'll come to your house and do it.
You can get them to come to your house.
They'll show up to your
guess
bed.
Not that you would do that. But.
That's true. So I guess that would be a step in the right direction. But in the same way that a luxury hotel is an escape from your home and it's an experience in itself, I think that could also happen for the hospital experience. I guess that's what I'm saying. Would you be more comfortable in your home? Absolutely. And is that better than a hospital? Definitely.
Absolutely.
But I think that there is room for having that, like, going to a Four Seasons in Maui type experience, but in hospitals. And I'm not saying it's for everyone, but I'm surprised it's not an option.
Yeah.
It sounds like it needs to be.
I don't disagree with you. I just think it's funny. I mean, you're a healthy guy. You play in like a men's baseball league. I just don't know why this is on your mind. I don't necessarily disagree with you.
I think about it all the time.
I don't know how that you're like why this is.
I literally think about it all the time because if like I went and visited my grandmother, and she's 96, and she's in and she was in a like a patient, like a, what do you call it, like
Old
a rehab
folks home.
Yeah, well, it's like a rehab hospital center, you know? And I'm like, this fucking experience sucks. It smells like shit, like literal fucking shit.
Yeah.
It's like the most demoralizing fucking place ever. And I'm in there, and she's great. And she deserves way better than that. And I feel like for a hospital setting not even to have an option to have something that's more human.
Well, a lot of these retirement facilities, homes are like luxury retirement villages, have medical care there. So you can go, while it may not be luxury in the medical center, you live somewhere where it's close by. So the luxury is it's right there on site.
I guess the essence of what I'm trying to say
is fuck needles.
I don't like needles. But truthfully, it's surprising that we don't have an option for that in our society. I feel like we've developed so much. We have so many things that are unnecessary that it seems like a level of care and a level of surroundings when it comes to the most vital times in your life, when you're the most fragile and the most in need of it, it's not available. And I feel like that's the shame.
I'm with you. What are we going to do about it? Start your
Well, you want to start a real estate company. I'm saying get behind the fucking Ritz-Carlton hospital group and let's make it a thing. I bet I could. You know how this would cost $1 billion. First of all,
literally,
like,
though.
we would start with $200 investment. I'll put $200 in.
Yeah.
But I'm saying this would probably be $1 billion idea. It's almost like Disney World in the sense of like Disney had to build it and people flew in and they came. You'd have to pick a place that would easy to get to, major airport, that people could be like, if I want to go through an operation, if I'm going to get my fucking colon removed, whatever you're going to do, I'm going to fly to this place because I'm going to stay at the Ritz-Carlton Hospital and I'm going to have a great fucking time.
I just don't think that you're going to ever, I mean, the rooms that they do the surgery in is never going to be a luxury 4-star, 5-star.
Yeah, they told Disney it was an impossible dream.
Because you can't have,
Dubai.
You want somebody with dim lighting to open you up?
No, listen. How
you're
deep
asleep.
house music.
You're out when they do this.
But you're
so
in entertainment. Like there's load-in lighting, and then there's show lighting, and then load-out lighting. We can't do this for an operation. I should be wheeled into a beautifully lit room. There should be the music of my choice.
DJ.
Show Me Love by Robin will be on the radio. I got beautiful surroundings. There's planters. I'm like, wow, I feel like I'm great. They put me under. Fluorescent lights can come on. Then go to town. Then when I'm in post-op, just like a load out of a theater, you go down to the dim lights again.
I think I might have just figured it out. This can be done way cheaper, with much less investment. Virtual reality.
A virtual reality hospital?
No, but why not put you in VR, head, eyes, ocular, the whole thing. You can hear it, see it, and when you get rolled in, it's augmented reality where you're in the surgery, but you see a much more beautiful surroundings. So you're in a little more peace, serenity. You got ears going. That could be an option.
That could be a step one. Maybe step one is you and I.
Prove the theory.
We put together a virtual reality hospital, and whenever you get a gunshot, before you enter the doors of the emergency room, you put on a VR headset. Someone is talking to you nicely, and you get wheeled through the hospital of our dreams, but it's digitized.
So you think you're in Maui, but you're really like getting your brain cut open.
Yeah. It's a start.
Yeah. I like that.
All right, well, I guess we'll end there. Episode 7, what a roller coaster. But if you have millions or billions and you want to invest in this Ritz-Carlton Hospital concept, we will start with donations of $1.
Yeah.
And all we need is 1 billion people.
$1 up to 100 million, whatever you can afford.
Yeah.
No gift is too small.
Thanks for tuning in to episode 7 of Fresh Towels. DJ PJ in the mix. You can check him out. If you're in New York, he's doing all the Latin shows.
Yeah. Come by, come see me. Let's party.
How do
We
they
could
find
party.
you, DJ?
Yeah, what's your
I am
Instagram?
at DJPJAYY on the gram. So find me.
There was another DJ PJ with one Y. We had to throw
Yes,
in
he's a
another.
little more Asian than I am, so it can be easily mistaken. He's actually a hip-hop DJ in Los Angeles, so he's my
Yes,
rival.
2 Ys. Big Mike on the 1s and 2s. And I'm Jiggy. Thanks for tuning in. We'll be back next week with another episode. Till next time, mahalo and deuces.